That's crazy that the purity ring dudes would be like, oh no, purity balls? I'll put a purity ring right on the ding dong, but I don't play with the purity balls. Yeah, baby. Oh my God.
Bad or inaccurate information from one of her friends, the internet, or what is taught in a sex education program could be destructive.
Oh no.
Your willingness
Oh no.
to host a God, Mom, and Me tea.
Let's have some fun, guys. Speaker Mike Johnson and daughter were profiled attending a purity ball in 2015 German TV news segment. The unearthed segment is the latest example of Johnson's deeply held views. Mike must be pure. He must be. Like, I'm not the kind of person that likes to generalize and be like, you know, all these Republicans are so freaky and weird with their sex and their views on sex and things like that, because plenty of Democrats are weird about their views on sex, and you know there's plenty of people that are performative about shit, not real about stuff, but goddamn, these guys are fucking freaky with it. This is Mike Penis. Let's check it out. Years before Mike Johnson would ascend to number 2 in the presidential line of succession, a German TV news outlet profiled the future Speaker of the House and his then teenage daughter. This looks like a wedding, a news reporter says in German in a 2015 NTV news segment that was unearthed by ABC News. Please tell me this is... Oh, geez, this is so German. Do we alle akzeptieren? Or do we Einstellungen oder aberkennen? I'm sorry, Germans. I'm so sorry. Daughters vow sexual abstinence to their fathers. No sex before marriage. This promise is apparently the dream of many parents in the U.S., especially if they have daughters. So some fathers have their daughters make a vow of fidelity. At the pompous purity ball, the pompous purity ball, the daughters dress up in their wedding dresses. Why? It's play. No, I don't want to be in... Oh, God damn it. Now I'm getting Deutschland TV fucking sent straight to the dome. Niner ja. Niner ja. Niner ja. Niner ja. Niner ja. Nine. Accepting German cookies is the true Orwellian nightmare. Christopher Lane, what's up? Good to see you. Yes, this is gross. And these guys, they're pros at it. They're the best. They're the best in the game. This is a masterclass. The German news segment documented Johnson and his family preparing for and then attending a purity ball, a controversial formal dance event popular among some conservative Christians that gained notoriety in the early 2000s. At a typical event, fathers and their teenage daughters dress in formal ball attire for a night that involves dinner and dancing and culminates with the daughters signing a pledge to her father to abstain from dating and remain sexually abstinent until marriage. The news segment examines purity balls and the general purity movement among conservative Christians through the lens of the Johnson family. It's so unfortunate that his name is Johnson. It's the penis family. That's no good. It features clips of Johnson and his daughter at the ball with numerous other father-daughter pairs and shows Johnson's daughter vowing to him to live a life of purity as well as signing a pledge. Johnson, his wife Kelly, you let him do this? Kelly, oh my God. And his daughter participated in interviews for the segment, which was posted on the German news channel's website. Oh my God, I'm so excited to watch these. We're watching this video. I'm going to make sure we do. Don't even worry. Purity balls. Watch them jingle. If there's any Mighty Boosh fans in here. The news segment also features interviews with Johnson's daughter, who is now in her 20s, and shows her at the purity ball pledging to her father to make a commitment to God, myself, my family, my friends, my future husband, and my future children to a lifetime of purity, including sexual purity. That is so much goddamn pressure. Like, Jesus Christ, talk about guilt. They're good with that shit. Oh, God, man. Like your future husband, your future children, future amoeba. I give my pledge to future life forms of the planet that I will be sure that my stool is hearty and full of bacteria so that my husband may be... I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know. In one brief interview clip, Johnson's wife, Kelly Johnson, or Kelly Penis, a Christian counselor, told the German news outlet, "We don't talk about contraception. Sex before marriage is simply out of the question." It's just crazy. It's just crazy that, like, sex before marriage is simply out of the question. We don't even talk about contraception. We talk about sex because we talk about like sex is the devil's work. Like Kelly has a say. Yeah. Oh, Lucifer Lane. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Kelly doesn't have a say. You're right. You're absolutely right. But like at some point, I just gotta like be like, even if you're getting roped into this shit, like that's your chance while the camera's on you and ABC News would be like, I'm not, this is a bridge too far for me. Touching the clitoris is ringing Satan's doorbell. Name thy transferase or whatever, however we say your name. That was the best comment. Ringing Satan's doorbell. Oh, you guys in the chat are truly on some shit sometimes. I'm like, give chat a sitcom. Give chat a sitcom. One camera just on chat. In one brief interview clip, Johnson's wife, Kelly Johnson, a Christian counselor, told the German news outlet, yeah, we don't talk about contraception. Johnson, who was a little-known congressman before being elected Speaker of the House in October, did not respond to a request for comment from ABC News. Since growing in popularity in the 1990s and early 2000s, purity balls and purity pledges have faced increased scrutiny from both inside and outside the Christian community, ranging from criticism that the practice places too much of a burden on young women to accusations that the balls themselves objectify young girls. Oh man, it's just the sentence. It's when something is called a ball. I'm too immature for that. I can't deal with something being called a ball. This is just a Garfunkel and Oates song. Holy shit, Cornell. You came in hot with that one. And holy shit, that's amazing. The balls themselves objectify young girls. It's just a funny sentence. Am I just that's just me, right? I mean, I can't. The balls themselves objectify. I can't look at that sentence anymore. Linda, we'd rather have a B plot line in the Hellion movie. Oh, the Hellion movie. Hellion movie, a B plot line in the Hellion movie is actually just a camera watching me watch B movie. B-roll. I'm sorry, guys. Fuck, it's been a long day. It's been a long... No, I won't do it. I'm not going to do musicals. I won't do it. You can't make me. Linda K. Klein, author of the book Pure, Inside the Evangelical Movement That Shamed a Generation of Young Women and How I Broke Free. That's a mouthful of a name. Holy moly. Told ABC News that purity balls are not as common as other hallmarks of the purity movement, like purity rings, and that they tend to be more popular among more conservative Christian factions. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy that the purity ring dudes would be like, oh no, purity balls? That's freak shit. Yeah, I'll put a purity ring right on the ding dong, but I don't play with the purity balls. That's where I'm sorry, that gets a little too wild for me. In my book, I talk about eternal girlhood, Klein said. There's this way in which purity culture attempts to create this eternal girlhood among girls. You never really grow up. You never really have headship over your own life. You ultimately are there to be guided by and to support and to champion and be led by somebody greater than you, a man. People often think about it from a purity ball perspective, like, oh, that's creepy. Well, I don't know, man. I think that's a good perspective to hit it with right off the bat. You've got the father with the daughter in a wedding-like ball gown. Yeah, freaky shit, Klein said. But I actually find myself also thinking about what that means when you have your headship transferred over to your husband, and what the girl has internalized from that. Yeah, I mean, it's a ceremony to be like, your daddy's property until we find some other wiener to make sure that you're kept in line. It's just weird. It's just the weirdest shit, man. Books like 1997's I Kissed Dating Goodbye by Joshua Harris helped spark the purity movement among many Christians, promoting a strict view of teaching abstinence before marriage. But now, years later, Harris has pulled his once popular book from circulation and has apologized for any role it may have played in causing harm. Oh, cool. Harris no longer considers himself a Christian, according to the New York Times. Yo, Harris, I mean, like, anyone could be a Christian. That's cool. But, like, if you're doing the bad Christian shit, like, fuck off with that. You don't have to be doing that shit. And that's cool. Good for you, Harris. Johnson's participation in the 2015 news segment is the latest example of the previously little-known legislator's staunchly conservative views, which have informed his political career and rise in Congress. Someone asked me today in the media, they said, it's curious. People are curious. What does Mike Johnson think about any issue under the sun? I said, well, go pick up a Bible off your shelf and read it. That's my worldview, Johnson said in a recent Fox News interview. Yeah, but kind of not, though, because, like, you guys will pick up, I don't know, you guys got weird Bibles, I feel like, I went to Catholic school as a kid. Look, little deep lore fact right there. I went to Catholic school, okay? I went there 5th grade through 8th grade. Okay, I know my Bible. All right, I've been to the church. All right, I've been there. I know the Johns and the Peters. I don't remember the part where it was like, yo, take your daughter to the dance dressed as your wife and make her sign a contract that says I'm not banging anybody. Like, that's wild. Literally, no. I know a lot of the Bible, and Mike has new magic shit. K-12 Catholic school. Yeah, Kermit. So, yeah, I mean, look, if you went to Catholic school, that shit, you were reading a lot of that shit. I was at church twice a week, okay? I heard a lot of the shit. I feel like I would have remembered the part where they were like, go to the dance with your daughter. And, oh, God, I can't. Anything beyond that just makes me want to, like, vomit. It's terrible. ABC News previously reported on how Johnson, a Republican, has faced a litany of criticism from the left since clinching the speakership, including over his long history of working to curb gay rights, as well as his effort to overturn the 2020 election on behalf of President Donald Trump. However, many Republican legislators and activists have championed what they describe as his strong Christian beliefs. We are just getting started, but people are going to come to know and love it. Yeah, this is back in the day. Nobody loves him. Everybody hates Mike. CNN recently reported that Johnson advocated for revisiting Supreme Court rulings related to contraception, gay bans, all that stuff. It's about Johnson's post-Roe comments. A spokesman for Johnson told CNN he views the cases as settled law. One of the primary purposes of the law and civil government is to restrain evil. When religious people start whipping out evil, it's never really a good sign. I don't know a lot of religious people. Like, I know a good amount of religious people, and I respect a ton of religious people because they're great people in my life, and they've been really good people. I see them like do really great things for their communities and things like that. So I do have a lot of respect for churches that do shit the right way and people that do shit the right way. But, that's the thing. None of the people that I feel like I do things the right way or lead with empathy or, are creating great things in their community for others are talking about evil all that much. Or like really at all, besides like, occasionally in the Bible or the church when it's like brought up and they're like, yeah, the devil's evil or whatever. But I just don't hear religious people that are like normal people that are like you and me who just want to have the people they love. They just want to have their friends, their family, whatever, live a peaceful life. They're not out there talking about evil. They're not out there trying to smite motherfuckers that don't believe the same shit they believe in, okay? I guess I would consider myself atheist. I don't know. I see my whole thing is like, shit, man, that question's above my pay grade. What happens after we die? I don't fucking know, man. It seems like we just fucking die, but I don't know. I don't really care, quite frankly. Like, could there be something? I just don't know. I just don't really care. I just want to shred. That's all, okay? That's what I believe in. I believe in the shred. And I don't really need anything to tell me how to be a good person, because I know you just don't be a dick. It's quite simple. Bubble Blazer, in my next life, I will be a bee and sue the state for exploiting my honey-making skills. Also, maybe marry a human woman. I don't know. Lord save the bees. Look, I always say this. A lot of problems in the world would be solved if we all drank the right amount of water, the recommended amount every single day. None of us do. And if bees could marry human women, I think those two things would make the world a better place. But I also don't fuck with Seinfeld. Seinfeld dated a 17-year-old when he was 30. That's strange shit. Strange shit, man. Johnson echoed that language in the German TV segment. There are predators out there, and there are prey. Johnson, dressed in a tuxedo, said in an interview at the Purity Ball, adding that he hopes his daughter will try and steer clear of the wolves like that. Oh, the wolves. Okay, that's some freak shit. Let's absolutely find this video, because I won't live another day. I won't go another second without watching Mike Johnson being a freaky little fucker at this Purity Ball. I won't do it. I won't have our world go just to absolute fascism and not have a giggle at this duty. Yeah, baby. Oh my God. Oh, this is gonna be great, guys. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Is everybody ready? Grab a corn if you need. Grab corn if you like it popped. Pop it. If you like it raw, eat it raw. Okay? If you like kernels to break your teeth, break them. Here we go.
Es sieht aus wie bei einer Hochzeitszeremonie. Das Paar, innig vereint, schreitet nach vorne zum Treueschwur. Doch das hier sind nicht Braut und Bräutigam, sondern Vater.
Oh, man. Okay, wait. I'll read this as it goes. I'm going to read this as it goes, so anybody who's just listening can get in on this, because like the German narrator is already roasting this. So here we go. Let me lower the volume here, and I'll read it. Let me get my narration voice going here. It looks like a wedding ceremony. The pair, intimately joined, solemnly walks towards the front for the vow. But this isn't bride and groom, rather, father and daughter. It is a disconcerting ceremony. 32 young girls in wedding dresses, among them Hannah Johnson. Today she will swear a vow of chastity in front of her father. She's making a commitment to God, myself, my family, my friends, my future husband, and my future children to a lifetime of purity, including sexual purity. You, Mike. In a purity pledge, the promise is even sealed in writing. There are predators and prey, and what we want. Oh, God. I got distracted for a second because the German is just so funny. You hear Mike Johnson, then. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. It's just funny to hear American conservatism in German.
Versprechen sogar schriftlich besiegelt.
There are predators out there and they're prey, and what we want to do with our girls is see what their motives are and try to steer clear of wolves like that, right? Hannah is 13 years old and in the middle of puberty. Oh God, why do we have to say that? She's 13 years old, in the middle of puberty. She and her friend eagerly anticipated dressing up like princesses and going out with their fathers, but she has to make sacrifices for that. I realized how important it is that I need to try and keep it the way they want me to, and they've taught me all my life that they love me, and that's why they do it. That's why they want me to stay pure, and I'm realizing it's going to be hard sometimes, and there's going to be temptations. Hannah's parents isolate their daughter from the real world. They demand something of her that they didn't adhere to themselves when they were young. They had sex before marriage, but Hannah isn't supposed to know that. Yo, I love this German reporter. They are fucking sizzling this shit. They're cooking this motherfucker. Holy shit. This is great. All right, here comes Kelly Johnson. And you know what? Lucifer Lane, I was with you before on Kelly Johnson probably not having a say, but now, I don't want to judge anybody, but I'm looking at her right now. She's into this. 1,000%, I guarantee you. Look at that. She's into this. And I'm just going to leave it at that. God says about waiting till your marriage that he created sex for marriage. So we know that we will not be talking about contraceptives with her as an option, because having sex is not an option. They aren't alone with this narrow-minded worldview. Smoke 'em. The conservative Christian movement has been in the U.S. since the 90s. True love waits. But according to a survey, more than 80% of these girls who never had any sex education break their vow, often with the consequence of an unwanted pregnancy. And still, it's becoming more popular to take these purity pledges. According to the newest surveys, 1 in 8 girls want to wait until marriage today. I mean, that's fine. For Hannah, it is even obvious that her father will decide which man she will marry. That's not fine. When I am with my friends and we're out, we're like, well, that guy's pretty handsome, I gotta say. But I try to keep in mind that I'm not allowed to date. Oh, will daddy's little girl have doubts if she's in love? Probably yes. The father-daughter relationship will probably not stay as harmonic as it is now. Yo! I mean, just fucking cook him. That was great. I am so glad we watched the German news report because, God, that helps. Yeah, these people defend child marriage. They sure do, Kermit. They sure do. Alice, good to see you in here. Vomit indeed. Vomit indeed. Yeah, Mike Johnson looks like a serial killer. He's got the look. Johnson has bodies. I'm more scared seeing Mike Johnson than Dahmer, Dennis Nielsen, and John Wayne Gacy combined. Yeah, no, 100%. How are they expected to find a partner if they can't date? Yeah, no, exactly. Abstinence clearinghouse. Holy shit. Abstinence clearinghouse. Sexual integrity program. Guys, what? Oh no. Young people are constantly surrounded by messages promoting a hookup culture grounded in the pursuit of instant gratification. There is no better time than now to inspire virtue and integrity in the lives of young people. Oh no.
Culture is constantly competing for the attention and information of one's worldview. The women and men visiting your center are inundated with distorted messages about sex, love, and relationships. Unfortunately, society and technology fail to model a morality grounded in biblical truth. If we don't allow room to have difficult conversations, we are giving that privilege to someone else who won't have your client's best interest at heart. Your Pregnancy Resource Center stands in the gap, reaching individuals in your community at their most vulnerable moments. Whether you realize it or not, your center is formative in sharing a new perspective on life to those you serve. You may be the first person to dive into a client's worldview and present gospel-centered truths that they have never heard before.
What is this shit?
So are you ready to empower your clients with practical resources to help them succeed? Using Elevate, you will help women and men in your center assess their personal goals and set up systems to achieve them. Together, you will evaluate relationships, set boundaries, recognize destructive habits, establish accountability mentors, and much more. Elevate program will offer you the assistance needed to craft an intentional client experience, allowing you to focus on the unique needs of each individual. Because each client is different, each of the conversations you have will vary. With that in mind, this series is not the end all, but it can serve as the springboard. The relationships formed during the course of the Elevate program will offer opportunities to share the love of Christ and affirm a man or woman's desire to pursue a path of sexual integrity.
Oh!
Is constantly.
What? What is this shit? Guys, what is this shit? What did we just find? What? Each session includes 2 videos and corresponding handouts. Is this for you to learn how to be like a Bible sex therapist? What? Wait, what? Elevate will offer you the skills needed to craft an intentional experience for your mentee, allowing you to focus on the unique needs of each individual. Because is this just teaching you how to be a private crackpot? Elevate aims to offer tools to help men and women understand how, not what, to think about sexual integrity. It's important to refrain from looking at conversations about sexual integrity with a pass or fail mindset. Instead, look at these conversations as an opportunity to share truth with compassion and hope. Elevate will empower you to equip men and women with practical resources to help them succeed. You'll help individuals in your community assess their personal goals and set up systems to achieve them. You'll help them evaluate relationships, set boundaries, recognize destructive habits. So maybe this is for people who lead churches. Yes, this is Christ all over your face. This is Christian edging. It's It's giving tens across the crucifix. Yes, it's giving God, Mom, and Me tea. What, guys? What is God, Mom, and Me tea? I do need to know. God, Mom, and Me tea serves as an event for mothers or mother figures and daughters ages 9 to 12 to focus on the joy of womanhood, the beauty of God's design, and the greatness of his timing for development. Your willingness to host a God, Mom, and Me tea and encourage mothers to embrace their God-given responsibility to guide and direct their daughter's life is admirable. Oh, planning your tea.
A God, Mom, and Me tea serves as an event for mothers or mother figures and daughters ages 9 to 12 to focus on the joy of womanhood, the beauty of God's design, and the
We just
greatness
read that.
of his timing for development. It is God's plan that the honor of passing on the truth about life and how it begins comes from a child's parents. Bad or inaccurate information from one of her friends, the internet, or what is taught in a sex education program could be destructive.
Oh no.
Your willingness
Oh no.
to host a God, Mom, and Me tea and encourage mothers to embrace their God-given responsibility to guide and direct their daughter's life is admirable. We believe that parents should be the primary sex educators of their children. And like you we
shouldn't.
desire to come alongside parents by providing age-appropriate resources and materials. Inspire virtue in the lives of young women in your community today when you purchase the God, Mom, and Me tea.
Can I say on just the level of being like a petty little fucker, like mix your videos better. I don't like when they're just volumes popping out of nowhere. So this is, the daddies have been protecting the chastity of their daughters with the righteous sword of the Lord. But mommies can too, I suppose. And you need to plan this out. You need to plan this out. You need to buy it. You need to buy the session. Like, just have a tea party. Just have a tea party. Why we got to bring God and dicks into it? Dads get the purity ball, moms get the tea. You're right, Lucifer. Like, and they're keeping shit heavily in those lanes. There might be moms that want to do the purity ball. There might be dads that want to do the tea. Okay. Oh God, there's Night to Remember. Holy shit, Night to Remember. Oh God, yo, no fucking way. Wasn't this shit like parodied on some show or something? Like, dude, holy shit. Okay, wait, let's see what this is though. Night to Remember. Young people are constantly surrounded by messages promoting a hookup culture grounded in pursuit of instant gratification. Social media and television are slowly distorting the meaning of love and commitment. Our culture is unashamed to talk about difficult topics. Therefore, parents must engage in challenging conversations with their children. There is no better time than now to inspire virtue and integrity in the lives of young men and women. At the Abstinence Clearinghouse, we believe I can't get over the fucking name. Abstinence goddamn Clearinghouse, guys. Abstinence Clearinghouse. I can't. For this reason, the Abstinence Clearinghouse has created parent-teen events such as the Night to Remember for mothers and sons ages 12 to 18 and the Purity Ball for fathers and daughters ages 12 to 8. No, Night to Remember is mother boy shit. No, guys. And by mother boy shit, I hope you understand. I mean, literally from Arrested Development. Mother and boy. That's all I mean. Oh, I missed that show. Fuck, dude. Night to Remember encourages young men to reject passivity, accept responsibility, and lead courageously to the glory of God. Night to Remember attendees learn that purity is more than abstaining from sex until marriage. Rather, purity is being aware of what you watch and listen to, as well as keeping your heart and mind free from things that are not Christ-like. Get off addicting games. Get off X videos. I see you. Stop it. For some individuals, the beauty of grace is offered at these events for the first time. Young men who may have felt as though they cannot escape past wrongs, and parents who have experienced marital trials are offered hope and an opportunity for reconciliation. We are all broken, but God in his great mercy redeemed us by his grace. We pray this message is clearly communicated at each Night to Remember event. Parents who have experienced marital trials, are they saying like, hey ladies, you having a tough time with your hubby? Come out with your boy? I'm so confused. The Night to Remember acts as an opportunity to empower young men to pursue sexual integrity and offers parents the resources needed to have genuine conversations with their children about relationships, setting boundaries, technology, and more. Empower young men in your community to embrace a virtuous life. Host a Night to Remember in your area today. I certainly will not be. Holy moly. Good God, these poor individuals. These poor children. These poor children. Come on now. This is... I really want to see if there's a Night to Remember video. Yo, look at this. Planning guide. You No fucking way. No fucking way, dude. I'm so goddamn tempted to buy this and give us a goddamn read through. Oh no, but $15 is too rich for my blood. No. We won't be doing that. Oh God. Oh God, please let there be videos. Please let there be videos. Please let them have like a YouTube page or something. Night to Remember, Abstinence clearinghouse. Oh no. Oh no. Do we watch some of these? Do we watch? There's only little videos. There's only little snippets. Mothers and sons dancing the night away. Grab your mother, swing her around. It's the craziest party in town. Oh, man. No suits of armor. It's what we expected. It's fine. But hey, it's not a Night to Remember without the Bill Gibson Orchestra. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Let's hear. What do we got, Billy Gibbs? Let's hear. Do they got chops? Do they got chops? Let's see. I think he does. Oh, man. It's a fucking trio with a goddamn trombone and clarinet. Hey, is that a power mullet over there? Is this a power mullet over here, son? What are you doing here? You're a winner. Nah, I'm sorry, Bill Gibson Orchestra. Those solos weren't moving me. They weren't getting me. Oh, Jason Jones discussing the importance of abstinence. Let's go. Who is this fella? Who is this guy?
You were my favorite person because I really, really want my children to practice abstinence. So you're my partner.
That's right.
I became a father at 17. I didn't get the memo, but my kids have the memo. And you know, one thing I learned from my teen pregnancy is that when young people make mistakes, the most beautiful gift can come from that, which is my son, who I had when I was 18. But one thing that upsets me is when I hear young people say, well, kids should have fun. We had fun. You know, that lifestyle is not fun. There's a lot of heartache and pain. There's one thing I want is to protect my children from my mistakes. Shelter them. People say, I don't want to shelter my kids. As a parent, my job is to shelter my kids.
So abstinence works.
Abstinence works.
Every single time.
Every single time except one.
Oh my. We will not be assuming anything about anyone today. We're gonna be good eggs. I'm so fucking... I'm broken after this shit, man.
At the Bill Gibson Orchestra. That's awesome. And I remember when you came with your father, who is Bill Gibson, and you came to a party ball. I remember you were a little girl.
Yeah, this is a very fun memory.
And now
can't listen to any more of that. Yo, there's a fucking band behind you. Why are you doing an interview? What the fuck? Yo, we got to go to their Facebook page, guys. Oh my God. He's holding a cat. Wait, these guys can't be abstinent. They're so old. Love is not jealous or boastful. It's not arrogant. Oh yeah, it's the thing that white people put on the thing. I'm white, so I actually have that tattooed on my body. Right next to my footprints in the sand tattoo. Oh, what the fuck? ChatGPT told me to convert my stepmother to Christianity by slowly wiggling an angel's feather across her toes. Really platonically. Oh no, creepy photos of dads. Okay, striking creepy photos of Christian purity balls. America, land of the free, home of the thoroughly fucking weird. Indeed, it's hard to know what else to say about these striking and frankly terrifying portraits by Swedish photographer David Magnusson, which capture the institution of the purity ball, a religious rite wherein girls pledge to not have sex until they're married. All the photos which we spotted at Feature Shoot depict the girls and their fathers, who glow with pride at the thought of their little girl won't be despoiled until someone puts a ring on their finger. It's hard to know where they start with this idea. The notion of sex as impurity, the fact that it's all daughters and no sons, the ideas of dressing a preteen girl in something that looks awfully like a wedding dress. But with all the best photography, these images speak for themselves. Let's see what we got. David Magnusson. We found it. Holy shit, man. During a purity ball, young girls promise to live pure lives before God and to remain virgins until marriage. In return, their fathers sign a commitment promising to protect their daughter's chastity. Sometimes rings are exchanged as a symbol of their vows. David Magnusson has photographed and interviewed young girls and their fathers who have participated in purity balls in Louisiana, Colorado, and Arizona. Like, guys. That's bad. That's bad. You can't. You can't do that. When I first heard about the purity balls, I imagined angry American fathers terrified of anything that could hurt their daughters or their family's honor. But I learned more. I understood that their fathers, like all parents, simply want to protect the ones that they love in the best way that they knew how. Coming from Sweden, one of the most secular countries in the world, I wanted to challenge my own prejudices and try to understand the phenomenon that was very strange to me without presenting any answers or conclusions. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't help but make some conclusions. It's just, I don't know, man. It's weird. Why are we doing this? I don't know, man. It's weird. I mean, like, I love my child. But does this not feel weird to put on the suit, to get everyone dressed up, to go out to take the photos? Like, I don't know, man. This is weird. Abstaining from finishing your websites is a Freudian moment. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, no. I mean, this is just... This guy's a great photographer. I'll give him that. These are wonderful photos. Beautiful portraits. But, I don't know, man. It's just weird. Okay, I can't get... That's enough. Yeah, that's enough of that. No, guys. All right, that's enough of the purity ball. I think I've grossed myself out there. I think I went a little too down the hole there. Let's